Take
Yo, what's
two.
up? It's take two. Welcome back to Home of Comics. Brayden and Cole back again with a Lanterns review. This episode 2, Trust Fall, directed by James Hawes. Hawes? I think it's Hawes.
Pause.
Well, spoiler warning as always for each one of these reviews. We're going to be covering just everything in the episode, so it's all fair game. Uh, let's just talk about, I think, the setting of this episode. Starting it off with John
The
having
mise en
to
scène.
the mise en scène of John Stewart trying to learn how to fly, and you had a viral moment with this clip because you
Yeah.
edited it to a fart sound effect, and it became a
Yeah.
huge thing on
You
Twitter.
actually thought that was in it.
I thought that the not the fart effect. I thought that the green mist behind him was in it.
How? I mean,
Well,
that was
no.
obviously.
I thought that was what the joke was. Is that
Okay.
like it was just him trying to fly, not getting anything, getting a little mist, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. But you're right. When they fly normally, there's no mist behind
No,
them.
no
So
farts.
I should have realized. Yeah, I knew there was no fart sound effect, of course. John, in this episode, I just gotta say, I said last episode my biggest criticism was that John isn't getting good enough characterization. I stand by it. I don't think I saw enough from John as well this episode. I didn't see any real growth. So I'm sticking by that criticism. We're gonna keep going. I said by episode 4, you gotta convince me.
I disagree on that point.
Give it to me.
I think this was the foundation for his kind of character arc here, because
Okay.
now after talking with Anton, like now he's got some trust issue. Now his trust issues falter more.
Trust fall. Ah, look at that.
And
okay.
Exactly. And then by the end of the episode, now Hal is kind of pondering about it. And
end of the episode,
Sinestro's
right. End of the episode, Hal goes to see Sinestro, and Sinestro says, "The managers are the second biggest problem you got to be worried about. The first is John Stewart.
He plays with his fears,
right?
Being replaced.
Yellow is fear, right?
Yeah.
Yep. I know my shit. What's orange? Orange Lanterns haven't been revealed in the DCU yet, so I don't have to know about it.
We did get an Easter egg. Mogo, who is a Green Lantern planet.
Yeah, which I did not know anything about. That was cool.
I think he's referred to twice, or no, maybe just once.
Well, he seems to be in the dimension that the Lantern's in. Is that what I'm getting out of that? Is that what we were meant to get out of that? They called it Mogo.
Maybe. I'd have to rewatch it. I don't know if he was talking about, like, I don't know. But that Mogo in the comics is a planet, like a literal planet,
like a living planet, right? Like Ego.
It's a living.
It's Ego for DC.
But
I got that.
I don't know if he has a humanoid.
John's trust issues with Hal's with John.
Yeah. Trust going both ways.
Mogo reference.
And that's kind of, I guess that's the meaning of the episode title, Trust Fall.
Yeah.
And
they gotta trust fall.
I do think we start getting John's arc here, because I feel like that was kind of the foundation for both of these characters' dynamic with each other.
Right.
And I think we're gonna get a lot more in these next two.
Okay, yeah. I see what you're saying. I think maybe I can harshen that criticism a little bit. I think that maybe I gotta lessen it a little bit, because I think you're right. I think we're seeing the foundations of John's story. You've convinced me there. I think that we're starting to see it a little bit. But I will say specifically, Aaron Pierre is not maybe doing enough for me there. Maybe that might be where I layer that criticism on. An actor of his caliber, and I haven't seen him in really anything, but I'm planning on watching Rebel Ridge probably this weekend. This week, because it's Sunday. I am planning on watching it at some point, and I do want to really analyze his character performance and see how he brings that what Gunn and company sort of saw in him to give him John Stewart. Like I'm trying to see it. These first 2 episodes haven't fully convinced me. Maybe I'm putting too high of expectations on Aaron Pierre right now. I don't know, but that's just my biggest takeaway right now. Like I see Kyle Chandler as Hal already. It makes sense to me. It works. It continues to work. It's still absolutely my favorite character in the DCU so far. I'm not getting the same thing from John. Might I also add?
I think we will with this next episode. I think, like I said, these first 2 episodes were kind of just establishing him a bit, and now we kind of get into his story. I think that's where this second episode takes us.
This episode was unique too. We didn't see any time change. I forgot that we
So
didn't see any time change. We didn't see anything. This is all in
yeah,
2016, which I think is the main.
continuing the 2016 main plot.
Yeah, I think that's the where the main plot is. It might shift, but right now, like I don't see any reason to keep going forward or even go backwards. I mean, I think we're
Yeah,
gonna see flashbacks to 2006, to 1996, to 1986, maybe even.
I hope we do get
Um,
some flashbacks with Sinestro. That could be cool. Hal and
yeah,
Sinestro.
that would be that 06, 96 era.
Yeah,
Well, 96 is all really John is the thing. Like that's all. It's a
and,
John year.
and we could say that this episode kind of further solidified the parallax theory that's been out
You
there,
think so?
because I think so, because we kind of see a showing of Hal's fear starting to brittle in with John specifically, and that's where the end of that episode takes us.
Well, the final, yeah, I was
Um,
gonna say Sinestro
and
kind of plays into that.
Sinestro's going to try to get it out of him,
Hmm.
and knowing that Hal is going to die, it feels like they could be doing something, uh, if not parallax, and something with his story, that involves that fear,
Right.
because that's kind of what we're starting to see built out with Hal.
No, I think the parallax theory has some weight to it. I do struggle to see how Hal is doesn't remain dead by the end of the season. Just off of the optics alone, like he doesn't have a movie order, like he didn't get the same movie deal that Aaron Pierre got. I can't imagine they're writing him in season two. I guess he could be in season two. Maybe that's where his story continues. But I feel like it's very likely that Hal remains dead by the end of this thing. So I don't know if Parallax is just they're gonna tackle it in season one as well, have that be the grand mystery of 2026, and then it ends with Hal still being dead. Like I don't know if that's
Yeah.
where they want to take this thing.
Well,
I
we're
view that.
definitely gonna have to get a lot of 2026, right? Because we need 2026 John to figure out what happened to Hal. Like that's going
That
to be essential.
and also from a universe perspective, I think you need to put John by himself. You need to show your audience why he's the Green Lantern and not Hal.
Yeah.
If that's the route they're taking, again, like John's in Man of Tomorrow. As far as we know, Kyle Chandler is not. I do not think he's in Man of Tomorrow at all. So I just need to see the 2026 timeline soon to figure out why he's the guy. Why it's not Kyle. Because right now I'm like, low key put 60-year-old Kyle Chandler in all this shit. That's where I'm currently at. And I want them to prove me wrong. Because you can't give me a really good lantern and be like, look, Hal's great and all, but you got to stick with John now. I don't want to. I don't want that if John isn't willing to prove his
I
weight as
think we
well.
will see Hal more.
Yeah.
Just with the fact that James Gunn made it clear that we're going to be getting projects not in a continuous
Right. There's
modern
gonna be
timeline.
flashbacks and such.
Um,
I do
like
think
Clayface is before Creature
is
Commandos.
at least yeah. It could be even further
Yeah.
back. It could be the first thing in the timeline. I don't think it will be. I think lanterns will probably remain there. At least the
Yeah.
2016 part. I don't see that happening before 2016.
Yeah.
Clayface, but yeah, I guess we'll see. I don't really know. What else? What else? Carrie's fine. I think she doesn't do a lot this episode, to be honest. Like she's in it a lot, but they don't do a ton. They go to the Macon residence.
Mhm.
Hal is with the dead bodies. He transports dead bodies. He's like, yeah, this looks exactly like how you think it looks. Uh, he gets shot, which was
He
pretty
does get
funny.
shot. That's right. He
And
gets shot
then
in the arm. I think is in the hospital.
for a second, I think it was a joke, but you were like, "Yo, that's what happened to him. He got shot. Like that's why he's dead in 2026." I'm like, no,
Yeah.
that was funny though. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's good
No.
comedy bits, but this show isn't funny. Like, it's not. I don't think it's meant to be really that
I
humorous.
think
Like,
it's funny.
I think Hal
Especially,
is the comedic relief, but I think overall, like this show's tone is very serious. Very stark
I just don't think it's
contrast.
that serious.
I think it's a very stark contrast though to like the other live action show
Oh,
we currently
for
have.
sure.
Is what I'm saying.
For
Like
sure.
Peacemaker is an outright comedy,
Right.
and it has serious moments, so
Yeah,
it's a
Peacemaker's
dramedy,
an
but it
action
really
comedy, while this is like
a thriller. But I wouldn't
a
put
drama.
comedy. I wouldn't put comedy in the description of the genre. Like I don't
Okay,
think it's
yeah,
pushing that. I think it's got comedic
okay.
moments like most
I think
things
it's
do.
definitely a light tone for its genre, though.
No, yeah, it's not super
On
dark
the
or
lighter
anything.
side, anyway.
Right now, like I would be down to like I would show like a 14, 15-year-old this show right now. Like I don't think there's anything too crazy in this to warrant
Uh,
the
we've been
TVMA.
seeing some nudity, bruh.
I what I'm saying is that it's not a super adult show from what we've seen so far. Even for like Peacemaker, tons of gore, tons of sex, tons of nudity. We haven't
Yeah,
gotten all of that from Lanterns. It's been
it's
pretty
not Game of
tame.
Thrones level.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't think it will get Game of Thrones level. To be
No,
fair, I don't think
no.
that that's what it's going for. I think for what it is, it's trying to be accessible to like that later teen demographic. I
Right.
just
It's
think it's
definitely
also
it.
TVMA.
Yeah, it's definitely that comic book audience, actually. Like
Yeah.
the main
So
comic book audience.
this has been a prevailing theory. Do you think that Macon is Black Hand? Like, do you think that that's where we're ultimately heading here? Because I feel like they're setting that up, but it almost feels too obvious. And so I don't know. We didn't get a lot of information in this episode about it, but I don't know if you felt a certain way about it or not to this point, to this where we're currently at. I think a prevailing theory right now is that
You asked if I had a theory
Macon
or of something.
Macon might be Black Hand was sort of what I
Oh,
was saying. We didn't get a lot of information, but I kind of want to keep talking about that
yeah,
until
yeah, yeah.
it ends up happening or not. Do you think that he's Black Hand?
I think he could be. I'm getting more confident.
That he is. And then
Yeah.
I have one more that I want to talk about, and we saw
Okay.
him in this episode for the first time. It's Anton. Do you think
Yeah.
that he is Atrocitus? Do you think that he's a Red Lantern? Do you think all those guys are Red Lanterns?
I don't think so.
You don't think so. Okay. We'll see how
Yeah.
that changes from episode to episode. I might keep asking those questions until we know for sure. With Anton, the thing is that I do think they're all aliens. Like I think that
Oh
seems
yeah,
obvious.
they're aliens, but it's like a different race from. Well, they're not manhunters. I mean, manhunters, I guess, aren't really.
Right.
I mean, they're
Manhunters are weird.
robots.
I talked about this when we watched the episode, but it does feel like it's the Martian Manhunter. But I know that they're different. I understand they're not the same thing. But the shape shifting, and
Well,
there's
yeah,
one of
that's because
them.
they've taken some creative liberties from the comics, and that's. I mean, they were traditionally just robots.
Right.
Um,
That's how we remember them. They're almost
and
Sentinels, right? That was
I
like
think
my
they are
comparison to them.
still robots. I just think they're shape shifting robots. I think that's what they've done here.
That kind of seems
You
silly
know,
though. Like that does feels. Why would they be robots? Why not just make them aliens?
um, well, it's already been established that they're kind of taking their origins because that's what Anton was talking about with
Right.
the Manhunters and how
Right.
they came first before the Green Lantern Corps.
Of
And in the
course.
comics, the Guardians use the Manhunters as the kind of break line. And
I'm
what
trying. I'm
what are we
trying to.
doing?
I'm trying to help with the editing process.
We won't chop that part up. Let's just keep that in. So it kind of establishes the Guardians, the Manhunters' origin here in this episode because Anton's talking about how, or I guess who the Manhunters are to John, and talks about how they came first before the Green Lantern Corps, and yeah,
All right, cool. So the ending of this episode brings us to Sinestro
yeah,
being kept in
which
the.
that prison is so freaking cool.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It really is
The way they
awesome.
shot that and the score particularly, oh my
Right.
god.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Yes, especially because we're on TV budget here. It looks really good. I loved the little Dutch camera angles that they did. It made Hal look more menacing, but also had more aura to him as well. Uh,
Facts.
the suit,
Facts.
I'm not a fan, but like it works, I guess. Like
It
it's
works,
definitely
it
better than
works.
what it's better than what like we all thought it was going to look like with the brown bullshit. Like it definitely
Yeah.
looks better than that.
Oh yeah.
I do kind of wish it was just more. I hate to say it, comic accurate. I kind of do wish it was just less
Well,
bulky.
Well, I don't think the bulkiness is that much. I feel like they made it tighter in post, but
Well, it is definitely
I think the
that
only thing for me is I wish he had the gloves. I wish he had white gloves.
that
I think it would have made it contrast
I
better
think they
too.
definitely MCUified the suit a little bit though. There's a lot of extra lines, extra colors on it that I don't think it needs. Like smoothing it out would be better.
Well, there's
Uh,
only two colors on it.
yeah, but like even that, it's only one color on the fucking regular Green
You mean
Lantern.
the texture?
Right, textures and yeah, I'm just saying like it seems over. You get what I'm saying though. It's that same
Yeah.
like weird trend we keep seeing. But like I don't whatever. Like it's a suit. Like I don't care that much. But I do think he looks cool.
Oh yeah.
Regardless. But yeah, that ending almost tricked me into giving this episode a little bit of a higher score. But I'm staying put with what I initially gave it. I do think that that's a really cool ending. I think it's dope. It makes me more excited for the future. I already was though. Like you hooked me with episode one. This episode didn't take me out of it. Don't get me wrong. You're just gonna have episodes that don't hit as hard. They don't not much stuff going on. It's setting up other things. It's a show. That's what shows do. I don't know. Do you have any extra thoughts you want to add before we get to the ratings?
Um, I like this episode. I'm a bit higher on it than you, Brayden.
A little bit.
I it did take a while to kind of get going, but I
It's
think
true.
when it did, I think it was pretty exceptional. I like the Anton conversation. That was
That
a
was good.
highlight.
Yeah.
I like the last conversation between um, John and Hal, and then Hal with Sinestro. All shot beautifully.
Yeah,
Um,
it all looks really good. There wasn't a single. The only part I think doesn't look as great is when Hal's flying, and I'm not really sure how it affects that, to be honest. Because that's
Honestly, it's
why,
so goofy. I feel like it's just meant to be that goofy
like,
where it
I
just
laughed
looks
when Hal
off.
took off in Coast City. I think he was in, because I was just like,
Yeah.
this looks stupid. But like, I'm like, I don't know, it's a comic book movie. I mean, a comic book
But no,
show.
he wasn't in Ghost City. He wasn't in Coast City. But yeah,
But when you get without the suit, when he was just like flying up
yeah.
in the air, like lightly, and
It
then
does.
coming back down.
It did kind of give the same trailing effect that Guy Gardner had in Superman, which was also kind of goofy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
I don't really know how to
so
do
I
it because like
guess
Superman looks really cool, but he's
it's
also coming at it from a
consistent.
very Superman when he flies, it's very like powerful. He goes right up. The Green Lantern's
Yeah,
kind of like drift up. I don't know.
yeah.
I feel like
I guess they. Well, that could be part of the ring. I guess that makes them do that. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it
Hell if
looks
I
a little
know.
goofy, but I'm not really sure how to counteract it. So I'm just not. I'm just gonna leave it alone.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think this
Yeah.
episode's definitely weaker than the last one. I think that it's still pretty good. It's pretty good television. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It's a pretty strong 7. You know, I especially with that ending, like that was a really good ending. I'm not gonna give it an extra point just because I liked the final part. Like it's just that's I feel like that's bait. You know, what'd you give it?
I gave it an 8. I liked
Hmm?
it. Through in and out. I just wish there was. I, I think the biggest thing that bugs me is John and Zoe. I don't really get it yet,
Dude,
but that's just me.
no, yeah, I just don't see what he sees in her, and I don't see
Yeah,
why it's a
yeah.
thing. I guess there's
I
got to
mean,
be a plot
hell.
reason because they don't
Oh,
have any
he's got Riz,
chemistry.
bruh.
They don't
John's
got
got
any
Riz.
chemistry, so there must be a plot reason. I don't like it. So whatever.
I don't know,
Maybe
man.
Hal and Terry will get together.
Maybe John just likes old people.
Shit, I guess. I don't know. More the merrier.
I
I don't
don't
know. I
know.
don't know.
I don't
You
know.
got it, John. All right. Well, with that being said,
Uh,
we'll see you guys.
yeah.
Oh, my fault. You want to say something else?
No.
Yep. Okay, great. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this crazy ride. We'll see you guys next week for episode 3 of our Lanterns
Ooh,
review. I don't know what it's called. I don't know if they gave the name, but
I don't remember if they said.
yeah, I'm sure it'll be great. But we'll see you guys same time next week. Till then, take care. Like, subscribe, comment, and peace.
Peace.